Hello, I'm Anawultus, and guess what? Today we're going to have another episode of Civilization 3. And what time is it? Well, not time, but rather the date. The date is 1928, and we've got plenty of gold in the bank. And I'm not using my regular mouse, I'm using a mouse, the inbuilt mouse pad on my laptop, which is going to make things a little bit more difficult for me. But that's fine. Okay. Your Grace, Baal has produced coal plant. Shall we begin work on cavalry? 2 turns. Very well. I do quite enjoy cavalry. Okay. There's no courthouse to be built. If there were a courthouse to be built, I probably would build it. But anyway, some of you may know that recently I've had some painful problems, and just to elaborate on it, because why not? I am not sure whether or not I actually was sick with some pathogen, because number one, I am absolutely certain that not all of the symptoms that I had were caused by the same thing. Because I had abdominal pain as well as a really sore neck. And the really sore neck was caused by maybe some overexertion that I had a couple days before. And the abdominal pain probably depended on maybe something I ate, or maybe it's just something went weird, but I had a day long of abdominal pain. And we'll just have a look over here. And in addition to that, I had a bit of a headache. Now, there's many different things that can cause headaches, and I also had some insomnia from not getting sleep, because my sore neck really made it uncomfortable to sleep. But I am a bit better today. I do have to say that. But overall, I did not actually have any immune response. So that indicates to me that I probably did not have any form of pathogen specifically, except for maybe whatever the abdominal thing was. It may have been a pathogen, but I don't really think it was. Or maybe it was. I don't know. But that's all better now. Yeah, I actually had to take pain medication so that I could sleep. Normally I try to avoid taking pain medication, simply because let's actually see what we can do here. So we've got we've got 2 full armies here. We can send those up. Sending those armies up would relieve pressure on some of these towns, allowing me to send extra troops down south. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to use these armies. So I'm going to see if I can actually... No, there's no way I can take 2 cities in one turn. For some pretty... Well, no. I was thinking about attacking down here, but then I realized, yeah, that's not gonna work. So I'm going to have to only attack 1 city at a time. I have to wait until I get my worker brigade, my engineering corps, maybe that's another way to call it, is all the road engineers. They make all the railroads for speedy transport. My logistics division, they're going to link up all my towns and help me win. So yeah, I'm going to have to move this army through here to Calcutta. Yep, let's take it. It's probably going to be relatively easy to take. Yeah, I do not expect there to be more than 2 opponents here. Okay. Let's get some walls up. I'm going to fortify here. And let me actually see what I have here. I've got a cavalry and 4 cav in army. But overall, I think it's fair to say that I can move some of my troops up, or to be more precise, down, or south. Actually, that's even more precise. Down on the map, but south geographically, because we all know that south is not down, unless you're speaking from the perspective of the elliptical plane, in which case south is down. But of course, that really depends on your interpretation of it. Of course, there's also maps where north and south are, where, to be more accurate to what I'm trying to say, south is up and north is down. That exists. I've seen some old maps like that. So it is a relative statement in this instance. Not everything is relative, but in this specific instance, it just so happens to be. And we can send more lads down to Bangalore. But from a Earth perspective, it is gravity based. Up and down is, which means from a solar system perspective, down would be towards the sun and up would be away from the sun, I think. Unless people disagree. I don't know. Well, even if people disagree, that's my opinion. You know what? I'm going to stick with it. Up and down is gravity based. If you want to go up, you have to follow your solar system. Ooh, that. I just saw one of my lads get attacked. Ooh, I need a courthouse. Are you alright? No, you're not alright. They killed one. That's not good. Let's fortify you there. And let's take a look. Okay, it does look like they are industrial era, which means that sometime soon they will probably have railroads. But for now, I'm not seeing anything. We are seeing pikemen though. Let's actually calculate. Yeah, it's not going to be very efficient to attack like this. But we do have cavalry, and we don't have tanks yet. So it's actually better to attack with cavalry than tanks if you're going to attack long distance in Civ 3, as long as the enemy doesn't have too good defenses yet. Because cavalry, surprisingly, I'm going to look at the Civilopedia here. Units. Cavalry surprisingly have free movement, and let me find tank. Of course, this is alphabetized to make it easy. A tank has 2 movements. 2 movements. Therefore, cavalry are superior in the respect that they can be used for long-range attacks. However, they're inferior in that their offensive and defensive capabilities are poor. In addition to that, they can't attack more than once a turn, except for armies, which can. Yep, that's good. So I'm going to send troops north to take care of that. We've got an elite. Oh, I don't want to fortify you there. Going to... Well, no, the elite should get as much action as possible. So I'm going to send the elite south. So that the elite has the opportunity to take action. I'm just going to park here, hope they don't... Oh boy, that is not fair to India. I don't think that's going to reach India anyway, but yeah, let's just keep it this way for now. But oh boy, this is amazing to have a destroyer. Now, of course, historically speaking, there's all the different ship sizes, and the classification of destroyer and cruiser and battleship, I believe, is based on, I think it's the amount of water displaced. So I think that's it, which means it's based on how heavy it is, essentially, because that's what determines how much water is displaced. Well, no. The density determines that. But there's some math that goes into it. But overall, if you put an object in water, you can calculate how deep that object goes into the water, and that's how much, and then the volume of how deep it goes is how much it displaces. I think that's how they calculate that today. Now, of course, it used to be back in the day that it wasn't like that, and that it was instead calculated on some other things. But anyway, I think I'm going to stop right here. So let me just take a last look here. This is finances. I think corruption has certainly... Has it gone down? I don't actually know. But I think it's gone down, and that's what matters to me. Look at that. We still cannot build to our build limit. Holy cannoli. Just imagine... Oh, General, so... That's the dankest. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will be seeing you all next time on Wiltos over and out.